Hello and welcome to my channel. If you'd like to come to my live Sunday night meetings or have a private session with me, you can subscribe via my website. This life, what is it? There's only here. There's only being here. And for some reason we make that so complicated. We try to figure out what it means to be here. But everything we come up with is never really that satisfactory. There's the dance of life, of course, and that can be satisfactory and that can be unsatisfactory. It can be all kinds of things. Getting up, drinking tea, going about the day, stuff happening. That's just the tango and the waltz and the whatever it is. But as all those things are moving and changing, there's one thing that always is, and that is just this, just being here. We make it complicated by trying to do things like, well, what is it to be? It just is. And the more we complicate it, the more we, basically just complicate it. When really it's just simple. It's just sitting here, speaking. There's the sunshine, there's tea. It's just simply that. And everything else is just gravy. But the thing is that it can't be found as a state, because states are just the gravy, aren't they? They're just the dance. Experiences are just the dance. Things come along, things go. Sometimes we get those experiences, and I hear it a lot, that, oh, that's it. And it never is, because it goes again. But what always is? It's just what is, it always is. Has it ever started? Does it ever end? Does it have a beginning? Does it have an end? Only in concepts. We can't even find the simplicity of it, because that would be another state. What is so obvious. Well, it's kind of funny, really. But often in seeking, we look for what is. That's just part of it. That's just part of what is. We never find it, because we just find more moves in the dance. But what is so wonderfully mysterious and vast and timeless. The mind says it's mundane and it's boring and it's this and it's that, but that's just the mind. The mind is really not very believable. It changes its mind all the time. It's really not a very reliable source of information. And neither are experiences. Because if we have an idea that there's an experience which is good, we're inevitably going to have the opposite, because that's the way it goes. We're going to have the opposite, and that experience is going to tell us that we've lost the good experience. We've lost it. And it's usually the mind that tells us that we need to find something, that there's something that's coming towards us, that we get glimpses. Oh God. Glimpses are nice, like a nice cake. Inevitably gets eaten up and finished. They're nice, but they're not it. There's no it. what is this grand intelligence, for want of a better word. And there's nothing wrong with like exploring that, you know, philosophizing and exploring it. That's beautiful as well. But if we're doing that in order to come to a final resting place, we're inevitably going to miss the enjoyment of simply it just being as it is. I don't mean enjoyment as an experience, just the freedom of it. The freedom of not having to be a certain way, having to appear in a certain way, watching our every move in case we appear in a certain way. Because a lot of seeking, there's lots of forms of seeking, but one of the forms of seeking is to appear in a certain way. One of them is to get rid of the suffering. But most suffering, the permanent suffering, you know, the one that's really sticky, is usually a story of my past, the story of something I've done, the story of somebody else who's done something, or the story of I'm not there yet, the story of I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough is a story. I used to have that story, forgive me. And I realized that it was nothing more than a story. It had no basis. The only basis it has was extra add-ons, extra episodes of the story. Now there really isn't a story, there's just the dance. There's just the adventure of whatever this is. And people who know me know that I like adventure. If I can't have adventure physically, I'll have it mentally or in some other way. But that's just my character. You know, it's beautiful to just be the character without trying to be the character. Just the flow of whatever is the essence of that body, whatever's the essence of that life. As soon as we stop imposing all these stories and ideas onto it, of where it's at and what position it's in life, how it stands, you know, in the eyes of others and in the eyes of one's story, there's this innate character in every single human being. It's just a made-up thing that we have going on while sitting in a chair. And it inhibits that flow, that beautiful dance, that, what do they call it, dancing while no one's watching.